paint, markers, oil pastels. These are all basic supplies that you think about when you're considering an art project. But my first guest this morning thinks outside of that basic supply box and instead suggests reaching for, rubbing alcohol, brake fluid, even antifreeze. Briar West is a self-taught fluid artist who says this medium is a form of self-care therapy. She's in our studio today to show us how anyone can get started with a few basic, although unexpected, supplies. Yes. Briar, welcome to Studio 5.
Hi, Brooke. Thanks for having me.
We are immersed in your beautiful work, and it is beautiful.
You.
I mean, they say art should speak to you, and this definitely carries an emotion. Tell me how you got started on this artistic journey.
Okay, well, it's a little bit of a unique start.
Okay.
My background is actually in medical research, but a few years ago, I found myself wanting I would put my kids to bed. I was divorced, so I was home alone after they went to bed, and I found myself like a little bit bored and wanting to do something. And I don't know if it's just innate curiosity or my background in research, but I found myself wanting to experiment. And I didn't have any art supplies. I did have a little bit of ink. So I went with what I had in the house, and that was brake fluid, burn fuel, bleach. And I would just find myself at night just seeing what happened. And over time, they just kind of morphed into different things. And I found myself wanting to do it constantly. And I realized it's not because in the beginning what I made looked necessarily great, but I felt better after I had made it. And
it was that expression, it's that creativity that...
You just feel better when you make art.
With your hands, right? With your heart, with your bleach and your brake fluid. I don't even know. You're just rummaging around thinking, what chemicals, what could I bring to this canvas?
Because it was doing like the coolest things, and I found myself just... It was almost like a really easy meditation. It was done for me, and when I was done, I felt better. And then I just realized over time, I just wanted to do it all the time. And so now I do.
Tell me about your color journey, because you're able to manipulate these beautiful hues and tones in big scale paintings like the one behind us. What is that process like?
Okay, so the way it works, over time it has changed. As you can see, it's gotten bigger and bigger.
It's grown.
It's grown.
Literally.
Yes. And what I do is I actually use, because it's alcohol, as in these bigger pieces, I need to blow it out quicker. So I actually use a leaf blower. I started with me blowing on it.
We have the blower.
This is the leaf blower.
Which we needed to reference that prop just so people knew it was on purpose.
It's not a gardening segment.
And not accidental. So you mix alcohol and the paint?
So we're going to do a little demo, but what we do is we take a little bit of alcohol with ink, and then I pour it onto the page.
And you've got to move fast.
And I have to move fast since the leaf blower or a hair dryer when I do these bigger pieces. And then, so it's just, I mean, I'm always adding something. On here we've got, I can see bleach, I can see antifreeze, I can see some burn fuel.
What does the antifreeze do?
So the antifreeze, actually, I noticed it slows the ink from drying so fast.
Okay.
And that's how you can, because when it really, really goes quick, I've got so many different things. That's just straight rubbing alcohol. But over here with the antifreeze, it makes it slow down so you get more texture and effects.
So it dries slower, so the texture is more prominent. How many layers would you say? Just take a stab at it. On this piece in particular, how many layers?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 different layers of different materials, different paints, different colors.
Well, all at the same time.
All at the same time.
Sometimes, and I do wear a mask when I make
I was going to say, there's going to be a ventilation.
I'm very careful.
Yes.
I'm very careful
Safety
with it.
first for sure. You've got a small scale example. Will you show us how you do this?
Okay, so this is something, even though I do it like this, anyone at home can kind of just get a start, right?
Something artists say. That's something creative
people say.
No, it's easy.
I promise.
Okay.
So if we just take, each take a little cup.
Yeah.
And I like to dilute it just a little bit.
With what?
You don't need to. So this is just straight rubbing alcohol.
Okay.
We're going to give each of us a little bit. And then if you want to just put in some blue.
Like how much?
Just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Great. Here's the great thing is there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
You really can't mess up.
Something creative people say.
You cannot. Okay, so what you're going to do is spin that around and then just, I love to watch it. So just kind of pour it on there.
So what was that? What was that?
So this is literally just called alcohol
ink.
So this will dissolve.
It's not even paint.
Alcohol. Nope.
No, it's just.
This is like so easy.
Where do you get that?
You can get any of this online or in a store. This
I thought you were like going scientist on us and mixing paint with alcohol with.
These ones I am. These ones I am.
The alcohol ink.
I'm showing something that we can do at home.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
just pour.
Go ahead and pour.
All of it?
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
You can't do it wrong.
Okay.
And then my favorite part is just take this straight and just kind of squeeze right into
alcohol ink, but a different color.
And then my favorite part is just kind of blow into it. So I'm gonna do a little
blow?
bit for me. I'm just gonna throw some on there, yep. And get right in there. Okay.
I'm no leaf blower or hair dryer, but here I am.
Right. So if I get in there,
Oh, you're really going for it. This is not what I expected to do at work today.
we're
But
getting
I'm
in
having
there.
fun.
My
I'm
favorite
having
part,
fun.
My favorite part is you're gonna just take some of this and you just squeeze it in there.
Now,
Look at that.
What's that?
This is a type of just metallic ink.
Okay.
And then you can blow that. Look at
my
that.
gosh.
Isn't that fun?
You know what? You can see why when you go down like the Instagram rabbit hole and you're watching people frost cakes or cookies,
Yes.
or you're watching people
Yes.
do, mediums like this. It's so mesmerizing. There's a different sensation when you're the one actually doing it. I can see where that addiction grabbed hold quickly for you.
and then you just feel calmer afterwards.
Yes.
I just love it. And so I'm grateful for it. And now I've actually left my job in medical research and I do this, I'm a full-time artist doing this for restaurants and lobbies and offices. It's the greatest thing.
What is it like to see your hobby, now your profession, now your art, full scale installed in those professional
I get
spaces?
emotional.
I bet you do.
Because it's for me, I can look at a piece and I can remember exactly where I was and what I was feeling because it's very emotional when you're making it. So I always say that like my loudest prayers and my biggest hopes and dreams are hanging on some of your living room walls.
Oh, I love that.
Because it's just a piece of me and I'm grateful that I'm able to put it in people's homes.
When is done done? Because you could sit and play with this and blow on this and manipulate this. How do you know when a piece is finished?
You don't. Sometimes you'll go too far. Sometimes you'll go too far, but really the beauty of it is the process. And then if it comes out great, that's just a bonus. But just making it is honestly the best part of it.
And now you get to do this full time. What a story, what a journey.
Thank you.
Would this same smaller scale at-home beginner technique work on like a canvas?
Nope, so the best thing, no, it doesn't work well with that. So it's kind of the opposite of watercolor. So what you want to do is do something that's not going to take in anything.
Absorb.
You can do glossy cardstock.
Okay.
Even photo paper works. This paper you can buy in any craft store. It's called Yupo paper, Y-U-P-O.
Okay.
It's a little expensive, but it works great. And you can buy them. These are I bought these in sheets. I work off of rolls, but you can buy just sheets of any size, and it works perfect.
Thank you for sharing your journey with us, and it
Thank
has been
you.
a journey, and your beautiful art and inspiring us to do the same. I know you have art nights, like classes that people can take.
I just decided to do that.
I'm so
yes.
glad you did.
Thank you. When I noticed when I was talking to clients, I said, you've got to try this. Please try this. And then I thought, you know what? I want to be able to share that. So I'm not an art teacher, and they're actually not classes. I'm not teaching technique. It's an art night to where you don't need to bring anything. Just come with friends and family and come sit down, and I will have everything for you. And I always say check out to check in. So you can come and just have a good time, and you leave with your own little masterpiece. And even if you don't think it is, you always do, because it's yours, and it's beautiful.
Framed on the wall, it becomes a whole different mood in your home when it's something that you've made. But I will say, I'm so glad that you're free sharing in the passion you found toward this.
Yes,
that you're,
I want to share that.
I love that you're not protective of what you do, because no one can do it like you. We know that. So just being able to experience a little bit of that, though, is a really cool experience. How do we hear more about your art nights?
So you can find, the best place to find me actually is on Instagram, on Briar West Studio.
Okay.
So my name, Studio. My website is the same, but if you go to my Instagram, you can get a hold of me and you can sign up there or just reach out to me. I've even got my number listed.
It feels like this was meant to be, because Briar West is such an artsy name. I mean, it feels like this was just your destiny all along.
My mother gave me, yes.
Okay, good job, Mom.
Yes.
She saw it coming before you knew it was coming.
I think
Briar
so.
West Studio on Instagram. We'll link you over from our website. Thank you. That was really fun.
Thank you
And
for
you're
having me. I
very
loved it.
Talented. Thanks for sharing what you do.
Thank you.